Hello everyone, my name is Anand Sutar and welcome back to our LeetCode problem solving series. Today we are solving combinational sum LeetCode problem number 39. This is classic backtracking problem where you can use the same number multiple times. It's must know for interviews. Let me show you how to solve it. Here is the problem. We are given an array of a distinct integers and a target number. We need to find the all unique combinations where the chosen numbers sum to the target. There are two important rules. First, you can use the same number multiple times. Second, all numbers in an array are distinct. Let me show you an example. Here is the given an example 1 with an array candidates 2, 3, 6, 7 and target is 7 and its output is 2, 2, 2 and 7. Why? 2 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 7 and 7 equals to 7. Similarly in example 2, notice that we can use the 2 fours or 2 and 3 twice or 3 and 5 once. The order of combinations doesn't matter. 2, 2, 3 is the same as a 2, 3, 2. Now let me explain the approach. This is perfect problem for backtracking. Here is our plan. In step 1, start with the empty combination and the remaining target. And step 2, try each candidate one by one. Step 3, subtract the candidate from the current target and add it to current combinations. And in step 4, if the target becomes 0, we found the valid combinations and save it. And in step 5, if the target becomes negative, this path is invalid, go back. And in step 6, if target is still positive, continue adding more numbers. Step 7, after exploring, remove the last number and try the next candidate. Any point, we can reuse the same number, so we do not move the next index. We stay at the current index. This is different from other combination problems where you move to next index. Let me write the code. We start inside our public function combination sum. The first thing we do is to declare the two containers. Result is a 2D vector that will hold our all the values. Current is simple 1D vector that act as a working list, tracking the numbers we are currently testing out. Next, we kick off our recursive helper functions, which named as a solve. We pass it our candidate, our target, our starting index of a 0, our working current list, and our final result vault. Once that helper function finishes, explore all possibilities, we return our completed result array at the bottom. Now let me look at the recursive solve functions. This is where the real explanations happen. Every time these helper functions run, it needs to check its boundary using a base cases to see if we should stop. This is our ultimate win conditions. Every time we pick our numbers, we subtract it from the target. If our target lands exactly on 0, it means the number currently sitting inside our current list and up perfectly to the original goal. We take the snapshot of the current, save it into our result using pushback and return. This is the failure conditions. If our target drops below 0, it means the numbers we picked overshot the goals and added up to too much. This path is dead end. So we simply returns and stop exploring it. If we have not hit the base case, it's time to choose our next number. We run a for loop starting from our start index all the way to the end of the candidates array. Inside the loop, we take the candidate at index I and push it into our working current list. We are officially chosen to test this number. Now we explore, we recursively call solve, see what happens next. Notice two critical adjustments here. We subtract the chosen number from our target minus candidate at I, and we pass I as a next starting index. Passing I instead of I plus 1 is the magic trick. It allows our code to reuse the exact same numbers over and over again. Finally, what happens when the recursive calls returns? Whether it found a winning combinations or hit overshot dead end. Whether it found a winning combinations or hit a overshot dead end. We are done exploring that specific choices. We call current.popback to remove that number from our working list. This is the backtracking step. Let's clean up our settle so the loop can move to the next index and try the completely different approach. And that is the entire combinational sum algorithm. By modifying our loops starting in and leveraging the power of the popbacks, we can cleanly symmetrically traverse every potential combinations without generating accidental duplicates. Its time complexity is O n raised to Tm. where n is the number of candidate, t is target, m is the minimum candidate value. In the first case, we try the many combinations. Its space complexity is OT divided by m. This is the recursive depth. In the first case, we keep the adding the smallest number until we reach target. For interviews, explaining this complexity is good enough. Let me submit this and it passes. That's combinational sums using backtracking. Key points to remember. Use start parameter to avoid duplicates. Pass I, not I plus 1 because we can reuse numbers. Backtrack after exploring each path. If this helped you, please like and subscribe. I'm Anand. Thanks for watching. See you in the next problem.